their fantastically strange or flippin' tropes on—
Hello guys, here we are. This is the second week. The O.W.L's Readathon, which is happening in all of April. I've been listening to a lot of Books Unbound, the podcast by Raylene and Ariel. A lot. I've listened to like 5 episodes, and every episode is like a little bit less than an hour. Which is like 5 hours in 2 days, but you know, it's so enjoyable, and I've been doing a lot of artwork. I'm currently working on an art project that I actually turned down in a way, where my dad, he wrote this children's book, and I didn't have time to do the like artwork then, and I wasn't familiar with my style, like digital medium. But now I've been practicing more like what's the digital art, how do I make this like children's illustrations. But because I haven't really practiced that so much, but I'm getting into it so much. If you check out my Instagram, I'm like doing daily like updates on how that's going. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really passionate about it, and I'm going to be talking about reading now because this is actually a reading vlog. What am I currently reading? I'm currently reading 2 books. Okay, so for those of you following me on Goodreads, I did start Between the Acts. I think it's by Virginia Woolf. I haven't read that for more than a week, so I don't think I'm going to continue with it. But my current read is Tyrant's Throne by Sebastian de Castell. This is the book that I'm reading for a white cover. I am, how many pages? I'm this far in it. So I started a little bit, but I'm like 50 pages behind, so I need to read 150 pages in this today. And then I actually haven't picked my next book because I do need to read 140 pages every day, and I'm only reading 100 in this because I am 50 pages behind, you know? So I need to read actually 190 pages today. Yay, Wilma. Then I'm also reading this, which is a fantasy that's very short, and I started it, but this doesn't complete any challenges, so this doesn't really count in my 160 pages. I don't know if you guys are interested in all this like super nerdy, how I divide my reading time with pages. I don't know. Let me know. And I found a buddy read for this. This is the Rithmatist. There was someone who reached out to me, who found me through YouTube. Wrote me such a nice message. It was just, I love it when you guys write me messages on Instagram. It's the best. And she wanted a reading buddy, and we had this book in common. So we decided to read this together, and I think we're gonna start today. So I'm supposed to read like 30 pages in this, which is also not included in today's pages. So technically I'm supposed to be starting a new book today, but I think I'm not gonna do that because I need to catch up, and I think it's fine to not read 140 pages because I'm probably gonna read like, how much is that, 180 pages anyways, you know? So it's actually really late in the day. It's 3 o'clock, so I need to get going, drawing, editing, all that stuff, but having really fun with it. I am having a good day, so stick around. The sun is kind of out, but I don't think this light is annoying for some reason. But I just wanted to take a moment to talk about this book because I haven't done that, and I do feel like I need to like address certain things with the series. So I think the series is fantastic. Like, I think it's one of the most enjoyable fantasy series that I've ever read. Like, it's just pure enjoyment, and because the first book is quite short and it's quite rough. The things happening are happening very fast. It's a short but intense fantasy. There's loads of betrayal, loads of action, and many people said that the first book definitely have a lot of plot holes. And the way I see it is that if they're not such big plot holes that they are ruining the course of the story, then I think it doesn't matter. And I think that if you let those things get to you, there's always things you can find plot holes in with every story. And I think when it comes to reading, of course it's good to be critical and review. That's what we do here in BookTube. But I think it's also destructive when you find flaws in everything when actually it's just really enjoyable. And I think with this series, maybe it's because I'm not the type of person that like looks for flaws when I read a book. Like, I'm looking to enjoy whatever I pick up. So I find enjoyment in whatever I can when I'm reading. I keep doing this. So the first book is definitely rough, but if you gave the first book, Traitor's Blade, 3+ stars, I would definitely continue with the series because the next 2 books like just get better, and they're like phenomenal, and they're so fantastic where it's almost animated in a way, and some things are happening there like that would never happen, but it's so well written and it's so enjoyable to read, where it's like it's just so crazy and fun and exciting, almost like a comical way, like when you watch a manga and they react like and you know it's like it wouldn't be that in real life, and it's kind of like that in a way, and they have like the funniest comments, and it was just a really good time. I'm just a really big fan of the series, and this book actually didn't really start until page 140. The first chapter in this was amazingly written. It was like a work of art. The first chapter in this was, I don't know, I don't want to say phenomenal again, but it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. So but then it went downhill, and then we didn't know what the story was, where it was going, what was happening until page 140. So now I've read, I'm on page 210. Now they have a goal, they have a mission, and it's definitely flowing along much nicely. In my opinion, so far while reading this book, it's definitely my second least favorite considering the first book. If you read the series, I haven't finished it yet, obviously, I'm just at the beginning, but if you read the series, I think it's okay to stop after the third book because it has an amazing conclusion, and it doesn't necessarily solve all the problems or it's like a perfect ending, because this world Trista still has a lot of issues, and the whole thing with this book is that there's no government, and these three greatcoats are trying to somehow solve all the country's issues all by themselves. And in this book, like, I think they're gonna put everything together, they're gonna make the country great again. Oh man, Wilma. And that's gonna be the conclusion. So at the end of the last book, things weren't figured out, but it was still a very like epic and climatic conclusion. So you could stop there technically. But so far, I am excited. I'm excited to continue. It's such an easy and exciting and fun, but also very engaging and emotional read. Like, it just has everything. I love the series. That was the update. Okay, so my day took a turn. The sun. I asked on Instagram if I should do an unhaul, because I was really inspired by Readathon and like the book box she put out, and I was like, that's a great idea, let me do the same. And then I was like, but I love my collection of books. But then I'm like, okay, Wilma, let me think. And you guys, like, on Instagram helped me out so much. I got so many great comments saying like it's better that these books are read than just dusting on your shelf, especially when it's books like I don't actually really like that much. And then someone said that imagine being in a library filled with all your favorite books. And I was like, yes, that's great inspiration, because this way, like, you just need your favorite book. Like, why would you keep books that you don't really like that much? So I got rid of 98 books. I know. I'm trying this new thing where I'm like sorting out stuff. I also had like a huge IKEA bag of clothes that I sorted out yesterday. So I guess we're on a roll now. Maybe I'll do like pens next, or paper. We'll see. I'll give you guys an overview. These are the books that I am getting rid of. It's a lot of young adult, it's a lot of YA, that is the same. So this is what I've done. It's a bit of an experiment. I hope this stays so people can see. This is a book box of only adult books, and then I have middle grade and young adult in this one, and I have loads more, but I'm thinking it's like an experiment. So I'll see if any of these go, and then maybe I can fill them up. Luckily, there's not going to be any rain the next 4 days, which is super lucky. Let's put these outside. Day 2 of the second O.W.L's readathon. Today I'm gonna edit and post my previous reading vlog, and I'm no kidding, guys. It's 1 hour and 20 minutes. No, it's 1 hour and 18 minutes, which is 111, which is actually my birthday. Oh my god, wait, why am I getting so excited over this? That's so funny. Anyway, stop. So I have a lot of footage. I look really tired today. I thought the time was 8:30, and I was like, okay, I better get up so I can eat at 9, but it was actually 7:30 and I got up anyways. Mistake. I'm gonna try to read today a lot because I'm behind massively. Look at that! 118! Why am I happy about that? That's a lot of footage. So this is what's happening right now.
And like Raylene,
I'm gonna dive into the blah, 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 blah. So I'm gonna dive into the Rithmatist right now. I have a lot of reading done today, and guess what? I'm reading 4 books, but I need to start a new one today because it's a buddy read. So that's fun to do. It's 1:30, and I'm just starting reading now, which is a bit complicated. I want to take a walk today. I want to go outside. Whew. Also, ugh, Charm peed on my bed. Guys, this is one of those things where it's so embarrassing to admit it. I was scammed into like giving money to this thing that I thought was a package delivery that needed whatever. I feel so stupid. I kind of hate myself a little bit, but it's not my fault. I've learned, I will grow. I'm usually so good at knowing those things, but I guess this time, blah. So I needed to cancel my card. I need to get a new card. So what that means is that I don't have any money to go and do my laundry because I need to take out cash and I can't use my card because I need to wait for the new one to arrive. That also means that when he pees in my bed right now, I can take off the sheets, change the sheets, but I can't watch the actual blanket and stuff, and it definitely goes through. So I guess for the next day, I'm gonna have to turn the blanket around, put the peeing spot at the bottom. Yeah, it's kind of gross, but what can you do about it? I have literally no choice. Anyways, I'm reading the Rithmatist right now. Ella wants me to pet her. She keeps nudging me. So I just want to give a little update. I'm only 50 pages in because I'm reading like about 50 pages every day. So it's going to be a 8-day process with this book. But I just wanted to mention that I really, really love... Hey, sweetie. I really, really love the illustrations in this. So I think what the artist does really well in this book. You want cuddles? Do you want to explore? I don't know. Maybe she just want to show that she loves me for a second. She's gone. So what this, like, the illustrator of this does really well is that the drawings are actually really simple, but he illustrates exactly what you want to see in the story, which I feel is really rare. This, right now, the main character is meeting this girl who draws unicorns and castles, and you can see her drawings, which I think is really cool. I really think it's quite awesome. It's also such a fun read, and I'm in love with the protagonist so far. It is definitely middle grade vibes, but I think the character is more young adult. He's like a 16-year-old, 15-year-old, something like that. But yeah, so far I'm so excited. There was this part where he was getting shamed by his math teacher, I think for not knowing certain shapes, and on his test he was just writing the answer when he should write his calculation. So he thought he was cheating, and he totally proved him wrong and showed that he was a genius, and it was such a satisfying moment, and I was like, love you. I can't wait to see what happens. He is in love with these Rithmatists, which are like these magicians who can make chalk drawings come to life, and the whole like Rithmatist thing is like a duel. So they draw different circles on the ground, and then they can like duel with each other and like attack each other and attack each other's like defensive circles. And the book also illustrates like different types of defensive circles and how you draw them and the geometry involved in like figuring out how to draw them. And it's like a game, like a fantasy game in a way. So I'm like loving this premises. Yeah, you can see actually on the cover kind of how these circles are drawn. And the main character, he's not a Rithmatist. He does not know how to do this magic, but he really wants to be a Rithmatist. So far, I'm really excited. I have read officially the next 3 chapters in this book, which is the reading done for this today. I wanted to give a shout out. Is that a shout out? No, not really. I mean, I wanted to talk about like Wilma. If you're looking for a recommendation that has great teachers, I recommend this so far. In school, when I was in middle grade to like early high school, I had some great teachers that really helped me through that time. They were so supportive and understanding. I love to see that in books. So if you also like that, I would recommend this because the teachers in this are great. That was it. That was all I was gonna say. I have some super fun updates. I went to the park with Charm. He loved it. I spent like an hour outside. I think I listened to like a whole episode of Books Unbound, and I jammed a little bit of dancing. But yeah, he really loved it, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll go and check out the book box, see if any like books are taken, because it's been there about 24 hours right now, and I was shocked. Like more than half of the books were gone. Almost all the adult books were gone. There was just 2 books that were left, and those 2 were fantasy, which is so exciting. I think I put all my adult books out there because I think that's what's gonna go most. Most of the ones I have that I unhauling are actually young adult books, but I wanted to put my adult books out there first just to see like those are the ones that probably gonna go. And I'm like so happy that they're like people are taking them. I refilled the box obviously, and I'm really happy that it hasn't been raining the last couple of days and it won't rain for a while. I mean, happy, not so good for the plants, but good for the books. So that makes me so happy. I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm FaceTiming with my mom, and she just showed me this super funny thing. So she makes these coffee bags, or bags that are made out of old coffee bags, so like these plastic recycle handbags, and she's collected so many coffee bags. Like, it's hysterical how much she has. So now she's put them out to dry on her porch, but just look at the amount of this. Look at that. So that's a lot of coffee bags, but then there's more. Like, look at the amount of all that coffee bags. That's impressive. Oh my god. That's crazy. These two books are the ones that I'm reading. I do have the window open and I do not care. These two books are the ones that I'm reading tonight. So here's the thing. I was gonna finish this much sooner, in 6 days, but you know, this is my life, and I decided no stress, because this is mildly stressing me out that I have to finish this so soon. But I'm gonna take the rest of the week to finish this until Sunday, which means 4 days, because I was planning on finishing it in 3 days, which makes me feel better. So that's why I'm doing it. That means I have to read at least, let's say, like 50 pages, no, 60, about 60 pages of this tonight, and then I need to read 50 pages of this because I'm starting my buddy read for this tonight. That means that I'm starting my 5th book that I'm currently reading. So I'm currently reading 5 books now, which is a lot. You know, all you can do is just read and get started. I haven't read these 2 books in a while, especially between the acts. So I was thinking maybe I should take the time to get into it. And now I feel like this is a bit of a slower read, so I'll try to put this like in between me reading the other books. So this is something I do to increase my reading over a certain period of times. Like, if I need to sit down and read 30 for 3 hours, which is hard for me, without, like, you know, I can stand up and get water, but generally, then what I do is, like, I have 3 books, and I can continuously switch between these. Probably not like every 10 pages, because then I get confused, but probably like every 30 pages, I can, like, every 30 pages of this, I read 10 pages of this, that type of thing. So maybe I'll try to do that. That's it. I'm not gonna read this today at all. So, bye! I have now read 54 pages in This Is How You Lose the Time War by O.W.L and Max Gladstone. This is a hard sci-fi, can you say that? Where you're following these 2 characters called Red and Blue, and they're both kind of spies or warriors working for their own separate agencies in 2 different paths through history, but they're definitely fighting against each other, hence the war. So what's happening here is that they develop a correspondence and they start talking to each other through these letters that are given to each other through different types of medium. And what's really interesting is the medium that they're using and the fact that we're jumping from chapter to chapter. Like, every chapter is maybe like 3 to 5 pages or something, and each chapter they're in a new location, in a new place and time. It's just completely different every single time, and so it's very brief, and you don't learn so much about this world and what their mission is. What their mission is, I'm actually really interested in, because I can't really figure it out. I'm not there yet, and I really hope that reveals itself. But what's become clear is that it's much more about their relationship and what's gonna happen between them and the reflections they have towards each other, even while they're fighting against each other, trying to sabotage each other, but still developing this friendship. And that is definitely the focus on the story. But the sci-fi element of it is it's very brief, and it's getting thrown at you so fast. But it's still, like, very interesting at this point. So I want to know more about what their plan is to win the Time War, what they want, like, what is the war, what are they fighting against? You know, like, that part I'm really interested in. And there was a quote right at the end where I finished reading for today that says, it's very nicely written, I think. Have you ever had a hunger that whetted itself on what you fed it, sharp and so keen and bright that it might split you open, break a new thing out? I like it. So I'm really excited to start tomorrow. I did read 1 chapter too much, so I'm like this much through it. Exciting! So today is, I don't even know what day it is. It's Friday. I am feeling like a bit melancholy today. Charm looks like I'm hanging out with him because he needs to eat more and he only eats when I'm hanging out with him. It's around 7 o'clock, I think. And I've had a productive day, but I feel like very melancholy, mellow, and soft, and internally aggressive, if that's what you can say. Like, I just feel angry at the world today, but in like a very quiet, sighing sort of way. I've done the dishes today, which took more than an hour, 1.5 hours or something, because I've been saving it up for a week, so that was really annoying. I went out with the trash, and some exciting news actually. The book boxes that I left down there, I refilled them yesterday because half was gone, and today all but 3 books were gone, so like the majority. And it was actually 3 books that also were left yesterday, so I'm thinking nobody wants those books. It's possible. That's really fun. So I refilled those with a lot of new books, so I'm actually really excited about that. I have read 50 pages of This Is How You Lose the Time War, and I have not been talking with my reading buddy about it, so I will do that today. And then I also read 40 pages in the Rithmatist, and I will also talk with my reading buddy for that today, because I haven't done that either. And I read 30 pages in the Tyrant's Throne, but I need to read like 70 more today, or it's all I need to do really. And I also did a fun little thing yesterday that I just decided to do on a whim, which was a recreation, like a simple recreation of Between the Acts, the cover for this, which I had a really fun time doing. I posted it on my Instagram. For this, I also got into this yesterday, so I started reading it again. I did something really clever, because what I had, I don't know if you can see, it's like a lot reflecting in my eyes. The problem I had with this book was actually that I couldn't separate the characters, and there was like characters thrown in there that weren't even really introduced all that well. But what I did, I was like, okay, but there has to be a character list in line for this. So I just looked at the character list, and now I actually am enjoying it much more, and I got into reading it again yesterday, which I haven't for like a couple of weeks now. And it's really short, so I'm hoping maybe if I read a little bit of this every day, everything will be fine. So I'm kind of on track. I'm actually on track with my reading. I'm happy about, but I still have the 2 largest books for this TBR that I'm going to be reading the rest of the month, but I've also calculated that it is gonna work with all the pages, which is fantastic because Charm's gonna tear them. Are you gonna tear down the camera? So that's what's been happening today. I also edited a vlog, and I also did like this illustration of like a broccoli girl. I think I'm gonna make like a children's book or like a graphic like comic myself. I think that would be fun. Even if it's just for me, like I think it would be a fun project. And it would teach me a lot. But I made one like character of a girl that shoots broccoli out of her armpits. I thought that was so funny. I don't know, how does this come to me? I don't know. But I'm gonna make like a small tiny graphic novel of it. Probably, we'll see. I don't know where it's going. I like designing these characters now, apparently. So that is what's happening today. I'm gonna just read for the rest of the day, take it easy. Very easy, but Charm, he started peeing in my bed again, and even though I changed the sheets yesterday, he peed again last night, just when I was brushing my teeth. Like, I just turned my head a couple minutes, and there he was. Then he peed at me during the night. I woke up with, like, a wet chest, so that was nice. So that's the update for today. I'm probably not gonna, like, update you anymore today of what I'm doing, because I'm just gonna take it easy, take care of myself. Self-care is so important. That's it. Now I'm gonna get back to reading. See you tomorrow. I have finished my breakfast, and now I am drawing broccoli and looking at Onward. I haven't seen it yet, and now that I can't go to the cinema, I'm so excited for this. This is like the best time I've had this week. And I also have coffee.
You see that?
So I've come halfway in the Rithmatist. This is like such a fun book to read. I feel like if you need something to like escape your mind in this situation we're in right now, like this is a perfect recommendation. Like it's so fun, it's so engaging, it has amazing characters. Like It's Brandon Sanderson, like, at his best, basically. And this is a middle grade. It's written like a middle grade, but I think the characters are almost 15, 16, which in itself is like a little bit strange. So far, I'm so excited about this book. Also, I wanted to mention, it's quite funny, I don't know, I wanted to know if, like, you guys do the same, if I'm very engaged in a book and I'm reading, and for example, it says, she turned her head sharply to the left. Sometimes I do it without thinking about it, just because I can't imagine what, like, a person is doing, like, their mannerisms, I try and test it on my body, like, not really thinking about it. Like, sometimes when people say, like, she curled her lip, that sometimes confuses me, because I don't know if it's inwards or outwards. And sometimes I, like, try it out on myself to see if it, like, fits the mood of the character. Or what was it? I was reading The Trader's Blade today. What did I do? Oh, yeah, there was, like, she looked like she wanted to kill everyone in the room or something. And then I was, like, trying to make it look like I wanted to kill everyone in the room anyways. I don't know if other people do that when they're reading. Just wanted to know. I'm going to read 50 pages in. This is how you lose the time more. And then I'm going to have a book game, actually, with 2 online bookish friends. This guy called Mark, he's made, like, a book game. We're gonna play that. It's gonna be new and fun. I'm excited. That's it. That's the update. Today's a good day because I will order food online. My parents are helping me out because I don't have the card thing situation, as you all know. So I'll have to use one of their cards, but I can order food online to the door. That's the only thing I can do. And I'm finishing 2 books today. And Charm didn't pee on my bed tonight. So those are the small, great things in life we're enjoying right now. I have been drawing this entire morning. I finished a Draw This in Your Style, hosted by Janice Sung, I think her name is. And then I sketched on something a little bit for my dad's children's book. I will show you guys that now. Oh, damn, my iPad screen is dirty. Anyways, these are the 2 drawings I made. I'm so happy with this. Look at this giraffe, like, running and being scared. And this one, too. I think they're really cute. I've also been listening to a lot of Pixar theory stuff by the Carlin Supercarling brothers, like, related to Onward and how it fits into the Pixar theory and their whole, like, movie review, which is like 40 minutes long. It was so much fun. So that's what I've been doing here with this one. I have also finished, where is that? Here. This one is the one I did, Draw This in Your Style, and I'm really happy with it. I think it looks really cool. I think I'm developing a style now. It's my style, but it's much more simple. I really like it. Go and check out her Instagram. Whew. Alright, I just finished. This is how you lose the time war. And, oh my god. I feel like I'm gonna cry for hours. It was so good. This is like one of my new favorite books. It was like, I don't understand how, like, these authors did it. They've created a book that's so unique and so strange, but so vastly, like, important and heartbreaking and, like, opening, and just, like, if you allow me to be sentimental and poetic for a moment, like, it opened all my heart cavities to, like, the rest of the universe and, like, everything that is, and it was just, like, I felt like literally my chest was opening when I was reading this. You know when you're reading something that's, like, more important than you, the world, or, like, what we're experiencing, like, that's something that's so much bigger? That was this book. It was so good. It was so good. I think everyone should read this book, even if they don't like it, just to see, like, what writing can be, because it's so different, and it's definitely parts where you're gonna be so confused, but it's like, as long as you don't focus on those parts that are making you confused, like, you're gonna enjoy it so much. But it's definitely one of those stories, like, I don't know if you love it or hate it. Cheers. Oh, I'm gonna reread this, like, so many times. And the ending was just so amazing. I loved the ending, and I was crying for, like, so long towards the end. Oh, it was just so perfect. I'm so excited I actually get to eat today. And I'm rewatching Glee a little bit. Here she is, crying again. I think I cry about like 50%, like 40% of the time when I finish a book. No, that's too much, like 30%. I don't know if that's accurate. Anyways, I just finished The Tyrant's Throne. This book, like, has gotten me sobbing, like, I think at least 12 times throughout the series. Like, I always cry so much while reading these books, and they just get me so emotional. They just, I don't know, they just hit me, like, right in the feels. And apparently this type of, like, story is called swashbuckling, which is kind of like what the Three Musketeers is, and with the swords and duelists and all that stuff. But I just find the series so captivating, and it's so amazing. I can definitely see, like, the flaws in the story, but I just don't care because I'm so engaged and I care so much, and when it hits hard, it hits so hard, you know? So I'm so excited to finish the series. But on the back, it actually says, Falchio, Kest, and Brosti will return one day. Who knows what's gonna happen? But anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep now because it's like 12 o'clock and I'm tired. But it's been a good reading day. When I cry at the end of books, I know it's a good book. So that's how I measure it. Yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Alright, I think I will give you guys some updates. Today it's Monday. Update on the book box. Yesterday I forgot to say something. I didn't actually go down and check on it, which was my mistake because I really should have done that because I went this morning. It started hailing all of a sudden. And as you guys know from seeing all my vlogs, it's been sunny so much. It's just crazy. And then it was hailing today. I mean, the sky is still blue. Where did the hail come from? I don't know. But I went down quickly to check on the box because I was going to take it in if it was hailing. And they were gone. So what I'm assuming happened is that yesterday there was a lot of people out because it was really sunny. All the books were gone. Someone saw 2 boxes and threw them away. That is the best solution I can think of. Which is a little bit sad, or happy and sad, because I do have a few books left that I would like to put in the book box. But most of the books I have left, I got rid of so many books. I will show you guys what I have left because it's actually insane how much I got rid of. So these books right here are the only ones I actually have left. And I feel like this series I will not put down there anyways, just because it's such like a long series. And then this one is all Norwegian books, mostly, and then a few English, so I'll just sell that separately anyways. I was hoping to put out this series, because this is actually a really fun middle grade kind of spy series that I was really obsessed with, and I think someone would really like this. I just don't want to have it anymore. As well as the Shiver series, which I also think is really good. But the other books I don't want to like put on anyone because I don't like actually recommend them. But can you imagine that these are like the only books that I have left? Isn't that crazy? I'm so happy. So I just counted the books that I have left for funsies. I have 35 books left, but I started with 98 books. So that means, was it 64? Is that the right amount? 63. Maybe books were given to someone else, hopefully enjoyed by someone else, and that makes me so happy. Like, isn't that just so cool? Also, I do realize a bus stop is right outside my house. Like, it stops like exactly when I walk out the door, so it kind of also makes sense. Like, people are walking past a lot. There's also a play yard straight across, a park there, and the hospital is right next to my house. So there's like a lot of like intersections, so a lot of people do pass every day. So that was just like a perfect location. But yeah, I'm so happy like everything worked out and people got some good books. That's the update today. Yep. There we go. I'm gonna draw a little bit more. I don't feel like drawing so much today, actually, which is a little bit odd, but I'm drawing a little bit in my dad's children book, while I'm actually gonna see if I can download the audiobook for Memory Please. I wasn't gonna actually listen to it, but there's a new episode coming out tomorrow, which means my time Wednesday, I guess, for Books Unbound, and I just miss hearing their voices and listening to Books Unbound. So yes, I will go through the whole struggle of reading it or listening to an entire audiobook just so I can be part of the podcast.
By Yoko Ogawa. Translated from the Japanese by Steven Snyder. Read for you by Tracy Kato Hideyama.
Men de sa, det är ju det som är, det var någon som tror jag sa det, att det är ju det som är författarens frihet.
It is Tuesday, which is the last day of my holiday officially, so I'm gonna try to get as much reading done today as possible. I have been talking to my mom, but I also finished my rendition of like a new cover version of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I wanted to do this one. Specifically, the cover is nice, but I picked this book in the series because it is the 3rd year that the Owls is going, and this is what it looks like. So that's fun. I finished it now. And what shall I do? I didn't read everything I had to do in the Rithmatist yesterday, so I'll be doing that now. I'm also actually listening to The Memory Police. And I don't know if I should mention this. I feel like I really should. Oh dang, did I get rid of that book? Isn't it funny? Like I just did like an unhaul, and now I can't show you because I was gonna talk about this book. But I have read it. I just don't have any more because apparently I'm unhauling books now. Or whatever. Damn, that's so disappointing. That is like exactly what I want to talk about. Oh well, there's this book called The Disappearances by Emily something. And it's basically about this town where like things are disappearing slowly, like exactly like this book, the Memory Police. So it's like basically the same, but it's also a kind of a mix of The Disappearances and 1984 because it also has the police that's like checking, and you can like be taken if you do remember the things and all that. So it's like exactly a mix between those two books in my mind, which is making it boring because I feel like it's very unoriginal because I have already read about it, and it's so similar in a way. Like the concept just really isn't unique. I have 4 hours left. I'm gonna jump into the Rithmatist now, but Ella's being super cute. She's joining me in my reading time. She knows she's being filmed. Sorry, sweetie. It is Wednesday at 3, almost 4 o'clock. I haven't updated you yesterday because I haven't been feeling particularly well. I've just been like lost in my mind. I am on my way out. That's what's happening. So I did get a package in the mail, and that's why I thought I would update you guys because this is a reading vlog, a book vlog. Alright, so we're just gonna unbox this right before I leave. I'm gonna buy hay, and I finally got my bank account card now. Oh, I'm so happy as I can buy things again. Okay, so this is cool. It was either gonna be this or my copy of My Year of Rest and Relaxation, which I got even though I listened to it on audiobook. But this is even better because I haven't read this one yet. This was recommended to me by one of you guys. I'm really happy about it. I recommended a book I can read for, oh, it has something on the cover, like a stain or something that won't go off. Oh, oops. I just tore the cover. Oh well, that's cool. This is Waves by Ingrid Sherbert and Carole Morel. I've never heard about it before, but I believe it's about a female couple who is trying to have a child, and apparently this takes place on sea, and that's why I'm using it for the Defense Against the Dark Arts probe. And I also thought it sounded so interesting, so when one of you guys recommended this to me, I was beyond ecstatic. I also got a ton of like great manga recommendations that I'm interested in, but I don't know how well they would fit. So this also fits my outfit today. Like this is my hair and this is my clothes. Isn't that weird? Anyways, really excited for this. I think I'm also going to use it for the Booktubeathon, for the prompt Booktubeathon. Did I say that? Is that what it's called? It's called the Reading Rush now. Damn it, Wilma. That one really sticks. The Reading Rush for read one book in one room. So I'll be reading this this weekend, I think. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so glad this came now, actually. Really happy. Oh, I'm so excited for this. Let's go shopping! Hello everyone. So this is going to be the last clip of this vlog. I know it hasn't been the best because I've been feeling bitter about a lot of personal stuff and going through all the moods lately. So that's been happening, but I thought I would give you a little bit update because this is the end of the second week of the Owls. I realized I haven't been doing a lot of Harry Potter stuff, which I think is like the whole point of this readathon, but that hasn't been happening that much. But I will update you guys. I will start with the most boring. I haven't read so much between the acts, but I will definitely finish this in the next reading vlog because I'm tired of reading it and it would be lovely to finish it. Then we have this book, The Red Threads of Fortune, which I'm actually slowly working through a little bit every single day. I am more than halfway through it by now. It's like with this book, the world is amazing, the characters are amazing, but it's just too brief. I think I've read a lot of these books where it's such a short book, but it's so great that it makes me sad to read it because I see so much potential, but it's just too short with what it's trying to do. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with short books, but in particular this one. Then we have The Magician's Nephew, which I've read 90 pages in, come quite a bit into that, and I'm actually really enjoying it so far. I've had this idea that Narnia, I was gonna read it just to know what everyone was talking about, and I wanted to make my way through it, so I wasn't really seeing it as something I would love or enjoy, but I'm actually ending up liking it, I think, so far, and I'm excited to start on the most popular one, which is the second book in the chronological order, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Then we have oh my god, so many books. The Rithmatist by Brandon Sanderson. This I'm actually soon done with. I will finish this tomorrow. So I guess watch out for the next vlog and subscribe if you want to continue looking at my thoughts for that. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm like buddy reading it with someone. So I'm like, oh, what do you think about this theory? Because it's kind of like a murder mystery within the whole magic and everything. I'm really excited to figure out who is the murderer tomorrow. I'm excited about that. And then the main book that I'm reading, the main one, is The Goldfinch, which I've read 300 pages of, so I'm getting good started. And surprisingly, with like a thick contemporary book, I think I'm scared of getting overwhelmed and bored because it's like contemporary, but it's 800 pages, and I haven't been bored one single time, which is just amazing. I'm really happy about it. So that's it for this vlog. Also, I wanted to mention I finished listening to The Memory Police, so I will listen to that episode of Books Unbound. There's definitely something in my eye. Tomorrow. And The Memory Police was such a weird book. It's like, it's such typical Japanese or like writing where it's like, I'm gonna spoil it a little bit, just a tiny bit for a second. And if you don't want to see it, don't worry. Don't want to hear it, just click on the timestamp or click out of the video. I guess that's not a great thing for a YouTuber to say, but I just want to talk about this for a second. I finished it, and it's such a weird thing where the book was just like, it was so depressing, and things are disappearing more and more from this island that she lives in, and what happens is that more and more things disappear until people start to disappear, and then she disappears, and then the book ends. What? Like, it's just, the book starts at like a bad point in this story, and it just like plummets, and then the book just ends, and you're like, okay, I guess that just happened. It was not a very enjoyable read. I wasn't like connected to the characters so much. I gave it 3 stars because I actually kind of have respect for the ending, but up until that, it was kind of like a 2-star. New vlog tomorrow, exciting. Next vlog will also be the reading rush, which I'm excited about because I'm reading 2 comics and 2 graphic novels, which is gonna be really fun. I'm excited for it. Next vlog is gonna be better. I wish you all well. I wish you all happy quarantine. I hope you're taking care of yourself, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.